Hey there everyone, we're at Band of Silver and we are super excited to be doing your most requested live Ask Anything Chat questions with Romeo and iHeartRadio. Thank you so much for having us. Our new song is called Chasing a Stranger, so if you haven't heard that, you can check it out. It's streaming everywhere. And yeah, if you don't know us, we're Band of Silver. We're a sibling trio from Nashville, Tennessee. And without further ado, let's get into your questions. Alright, so Sav from California asks, hi. Hello.
Hello, Sav. Hello.
Maddox from Ellicott City, Maryland says, what are your main inspirations for the names of your songs? Okay, so most of our songs, it's either I've written some lyrics or we just kind of write them and we come up with lyrics as we go. So I guess the main inspiration for the song is finding a cool title that we think is unique and that will grab people's attention, basically. So like there was one that we wrote recently that we went into our songwriting session and the dude was like, hey, there's a song title that hasn't been taken yet. And we're like, okay, the market is right for this. It'll probably come out next year, but yeah, that's how we write a lot of the titles, is just trying to come up with something unique or a unique way to say something. Like Chasing a Stranger, I think, is one of our better titles.
And even more so, the title actually has to be relevant to the song.
Yes.
It would have to be something that you would actually have to be able to remember about the song.
Lisa from Cincinnati, Ohio asks, can you tell me about your synesthesia? So synesthesia is where, it's different for everybody, but basically like two of your senses combining into one. So like when we hear music, we see colors. Some people actually like see the colors, like their vision will turn red or whatever. That's not what's happening for us. Just for me at least, it's like certain colors kind of have a feeling associated with them, and the songs have that same feeling. So like Chasing a Stranger, for example, is green to me, and if somebody else said, no, that song is blue, I would be like, that doesn't make any sense, it's green. But it's just a complete mental thing. I have that for letters as well. Some people have it for numbers, and I don't. But what is your take on that?
It's not like you're so much seeing it with your eyes, but it's almost like the emotion of seeing that thing. And for me, it just looks like a glowing LED light, pretty much. It's like this kind of like illuminating light. But yeah, it's kind of hard to believe how like seriously people actually take synesthesia, because it just seems so insignificant. I'm trying to learn anatomy, and the next anatomy I'm going to go through is the nervous system, and I was just skimming through the videos on it, and I was just like, one of them was on synesthesia. I'm like, how is this in the...
No, but there are all different types of it. Like some people, it makes them like better at like problem solving and remembering things, because it's like,
oh yeah,
it's like weird because if I label something with a certain color, I remember the feeling of that color and I associate it with whatever word. I never forget what colors I label things as. I don't have to write it down anywhere. I just know what it is. Also, Evan, by the way, does not have synesthesia. He's the lame one. I'm joking. But yeah, it's interesting. Alex and I, our synesthesia is completely different. Like a lot of songs that I see as green, he sees as red, or just random stuff. And since the colors aren't real, we just bicker about it, and there's no right answer except for mine.
Yeah, generally if something's green, for me, she perceives it as red, and vice versa.
So Andrew from Arlington, Tennessee asks, what is one musical role model for each member of the band? Ooh.
I think Joe Satriani, because I think he's just seriously legit at guitar, but even more so, he, just outside of being a musician, he seems to just act like a normal person.
My musical role model would have to be Lizzie Hale. She has such a powerful voice. Like she can freaking belt. She does a lot more like rock stuff, but man, I love her music. I love her singing voice. I think she has a really great timbre to her voice, and she can hit high notes and low notes and whatever with just so much power, and brings a lot of emotion into the stuff that's not like that. Okay, so Jade from Centerville, Tennessee asks, if all three of you fought each other, who would win?
Avery actually has like fighting
Avery's
experience.
good at martial arts, and I'm good at shooting. So if there's guns involved, I think I would likely win.
Alex plus gun.
Yeah, they've played airsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
but I'm also 6'3".
No, yeah, I was about to say I have martial arts experience, but Evan is 9 inches taller than me. So if I like came at him and he literally just put his foot out, there would be nothing I could do to counter that. He's just too big. Jane from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania asked, what was your first cell phone? Oh boy.
Oh my god.
I don't know the actual name. I just know BlackBerry dumb phone.
BlackBerry dumb phone. Yeah, it was Julia from St. Louis, Missouri asked, what is your favorite musical memory while growing up? Okay, I remember I didn't really listen to a lot of music until I was in 8th grade, but before then, I remember going to kindergarten and the days that my dad would take me, he had this CD of like Mickey Mouse versions of pop songs, and so there was like Livin' La Vida Mickey and like the Mambo 5, but it was all the Disney characters, and so I really like that. That's still stuck in my head from time to time, and then also like he would listen to a lot of like Motley Crue and things like that.
Yeah, I remember.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Oh gosh, who's the one I'm thinking of?
Billy Idol?
Billy Idol, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we were driving to like martial arts in my dad's car, and I remember Billy Idol playing, and I remember occasionally the radio would play, and at the time Fireflies by Owl City was on that, and I still remember that. I think that's a neat song from then.
Charlene from Las Vegas, Nevada asks, which emoji would you use to describe yourself? Oh, I would use the sunglasses emoji.
Demon emoji, 100 emoji.
I don't know that much about emojis, but I probably use like what? Monka S.
Monka S is a Twitch emoji. No, you would use like the squid emoji or something.
There's a squid emoji?
I mean, probably.
I am a squid, so I'd probably use that.
Yeah, he plays Splatoon a lot.
Yeah, I'm one of the greatest Splatoon players of all time. So
Elizabeth from Buffalo, New York says, what is your go-to childhood dance move? Flossing.
Wait, dance move or movie?
Dance move. I did not learn to dance as a child. Well,
Yeah.
actually, no. I did. I was put in ballet and I did dance class for a while, but I learned nothing. So yeah, flossing from Fortnite is a pretty go-to because it's very easy. Evan taught me how to do that.
I don't know how people can't do it. It seems so simple to me.
Yeah. What about you, Alex?
There is a game called Psychonauts. And
what?
Yeah, Raz, he would beat people and he'd be like,
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
man. Beth from Milwaukee, Wisconsin says, what 9-to-5 job do you think you're qualified for? McDonald's.
I've considered like doing the training to like be a qualified like paramedic. So if I did like a 9-to-5 job, I'd probably want to do that.
Okay, if I was going to go into something else, I'd probably go into cybersecurity or artificial intelligence. Just
that's cool.
Probably something computer related.
I would want to, for real though, I would want to do video editing. I think that would be cool.
But isn't it more of like a nut job that you have to get a degree for?
I mean, she just does a 9-to-5 job, so just like, just basically like not freelance, I guess.
Yeah. Or like I could become like a biochemist. Becoming a biochemist would be a lot of fun, I think.
Eel from Knoxville, Tennessee says, how does your sibling dynamic play into the creative process of writing music? Does it help or hinder it? I think it helps a lot, because like, okay, so when
it can hinder it, but I think overall it's a help.
Yeah, because when we were younger, we all kind of grew up around the same music and influences and stuff, so we all have a direction that we want the band and the music to go in. It's not like Alex wants to do like breakcore and I want to do like jazz or something weird like that. There's some fundamental sound that we all agree sounds good. And so then as we've gotten older and kind of started listening to our own music on like online and whatever, we've pulled in different influences and stuff. And so we can now branch out a little bit more, but it's still that same foundation.
Yeah. And we also get each other's inside jokes, so that's nice.
Yeah, and also like he can mention a song that has like 4 listens, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remembered you showing me that song.
Yeah.
Ariel from Stockton, California asks, what part of your career have you enjoyed most in your life? Man, I really enjoy every part of this. I think it's so cool. I love live play. I love setting up before live play. I love designing merch and stuff. I love making music. I love going on the road. I love doing the social media stuff. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah. I really like going to LA. I think working with like Mike Green is like just really, really nice. He has a great studio. He's a great guy. I feel like
he's our producer.
Yeah, we get good products out. And we've worked with a lot of other really neat people in LA as well.
Evan, what's your favorite part?
I don't know, probably just like playing live pretty much.
Cool. Ellie from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Why am I stupid? South Carolina. Ellie from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina says, did you have nicknames for each other? I call both of them Nugget sometimes. And
yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's
I
cringe.
call Alex Alec.
Yeah,
Alec.
Oh, and then he was
Eben. Eben with the B emoji instead of the V.
I don't really think we have any nicknames for Avery, though.
No.
Never.
Christina from Nashville, Tennessee asks, what would your dream tour bus look like? How would the outside be painted? Ooh, I like this question. So realistically, if we were playing at like arenas and stuff, I would want it to just be solid black with like tinted windows and stuff, because you don't want to get stalkers. But if that wasn't an issue, if we could just have the coolest tour bus ever, it would have like, it would be solid black, tinted windows still, but it would have like these silver accents and stuff. It would probably say like we've been working on a logo recently that looks really cool, and I'd want that on there, maybe even on the wheels or something. But it have like little silver little swooshes along it. Just tasteful.
And we have a ton of food allergies, so we would have to have a refrigerator because we can't really be eating out all the time.
Evan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was also thinking just black and silver on the outside.
It's clean and simple and it's nice. Tina from Detroit, Michigan asks, is there a music sample that you keep thinking about that might be a good one in one of your songs someday?
We just don't really use like samples that much in general.
But if we did, the one that would be super cool is Aubrey's theme from Amori.
Aubrey's?
Yeah.
What
it's
is
like,
Aubrey's? No, it means everything. That's not her theme.
Yeah, you're right. It means everything from Amori.
That's a cool one, though.
That one would be sick. It's like this really cool guitar part with like is it a tremolo on it?
Yeah. Mm.
Jennifer from Morgantown, West Virginia asks, if you were a wrestler, what song would you use as an entrance theme? Ooh, this is good.
Megalovania.
Yes! Oh, wait, it would be funny if it was like just that and then just stopped. It was so great.
And he's just walking up and there's just like music for part of it and then it just breaks. It sounded like it would sound like something broke.
He would come out, it would be like completely dark, and then he would just appear on the stage and they'd be like for like 2 seconds.
That wouldn't create the effect that you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like you're better off using the phone thing.
The Nokia sound.
Yeah, the Nokia sound. Like that's honestly a better sound than just the that's like it would accomplish the idea better because it would actually feel complete.
Okay.
Or the Discord wouldn't that thing like it would actually feel complete.
Discord would be so perfect if you just appeared somewhere and just went like in real life. Okay, Alex, what song would you choose?
There's one called I Remember by Tristam, I think would be kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. From our catalog, I would pick Always or Prim and Proper, but from any song in general, I would say Emperor's New Clothes by Panic at the Disco. That would be so hype. Dante from Centerville, Tennessee asks, did you have to deal with stage fright, and if so, how did you do so?
Well, I had a lot of stage fright originally playing piano, but when I played piano, I didn't practice at all. And that probably is not a good thing for stage fright, because when I play drums, I'm pretty confident, and I might be nervous going onto the stage, but when I start playing, then my nerves just kind of go away.
What about you, Alex?
I mean, not really. It's like I mean, you kind of get like adrenaline before you go on stage sometimes. At this point, not even really as much for me, because it's just like the main. I feel like it's kind of just like. Oh, it's like another like show, like because we played like a lot of shows at this point. But the main kind of like worst part about it is like if you're on stage and then you have all your gear set up, you need to know whether or not like Evan has all his gear set up, Avery's actually ready to start, or the venue is okay with you starting. So and then I generally just like look at Evan because like we kind of did that thing where like. We practice it, so if I'm like looking at him, that he knows like that I'm actually like ready to like start it.
They played instruments since they were like really tiny, so we went to a lot of like really like kiddie, like Twinkle Twinkle kind of recitals. And when I would watch the other kids perform, I noticed that the kids who were like really nervous and you could tell they just did not want to be on stage, those kids looked lame. But the kids who just looked like they did not care, like even if they looked like they didn't really want to be there, as long as they didn't look nervous, they looked pretty cool. So the first time that I got on stage was in high school. I realized that as long as I just don't look nervous, I'll look cool. So then I don't have to be nervous, basically, which is kind of an oxymoron, I guess, but it helped me to not feel nervous going on stage ever after that. Medicine from Beaumont, Texas says, what song did you guys enjoy recording the most? I personally really like the songs that are really comfortable in my range, where I could just be like super emotional and vibey with them. So I think my favorite one that I've recorded recently has been Machine, because that one I'm like super emotionally invested in. That one is very personal to me, and the intro is a little bit sparse, and so like the verses I felt like I could really just kind of get into the character for.
We wrote one recently with Mike Green, one of his friends. We were producing with him. I thought that was just like really, really neat to do because like
this one won't be released until
it's not released yet. But Yeah, I just thought the parts on them were really cool. There was a guy named Nico. I thought working with him was really cool.
Everyone in the room was like on a really good wavelength, so that was fun. I kind of did nothing for that, but I was still enjoying it. Evan.
Yeah, I just like playing faster songs. A lot of stuff going on. Like here for a Good Time is really fun to play. False Paradise is really fun to record, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Cool. He likes challenging himself. Michelle from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania asks, do you have a fandom name you like? One of the dudes that we toured with, Fly By Midnight, they suggested the name Silverados, and I've always thought that was a pretty cool fandom name. The only ones I had ideas for before that were like Sterling or Fans of Silver, which I think those will need a little bit of work. But yeah, I think the coolest fandom name would be if the fans actually like came up with something, because it's one of those things where it could be that a line in one of our songs that we didn't expect to do well does really well, and people relate to that, and that becomes our fandom name or whatever. So I think I don't think that's really for us to say, but there are some that I think would be kind of neat, and I'm excited to see if people actually like start coming up with them. That would be really cool. Jane from Yurka, California asks, what was your favorite song to perform during your guys' peace tour in the US? So I guess this would be our last tour. So I really enjoyed Are We Not? Because any song that had something where we could get the fans involved with us, I thought was really cool. And that one, I would do like this thing, and people would start doing that back. And there was a part where I got to play drums and upstage Evan, which is always a good thing. But yeah, just any time where the fans were just like really into it, that was fun. Because I know it's fun for the fans when that kind of stuff happens. I've been in the crowd before, and then it's way more fun for us when we got the fans interacting. Like that's just the best feeling, honestly.
I thought Are We Not was cool because I just thought the lighting looked like really neat on that, because like we totally got to like do like red lights on it. I just thought that was just a really cool aesthetic.
I never noticed the lights the entire tour. I would see the videos and I'd be like, oh, there were lights for that one? That's sick. What about you, Evan?
I really like playing Here for a Good Time just because the drum piece is really fun. There was also audience interaction with the claps, which is something you can hear, because when you're playing drums, you're further back. You can't really see the crowd at all because of the lights or anything. So that one, I don't know, you can kind of tell that there's interaction going on, and that one's just pretty cool to me.
That's cool. Yeah, the claps were really cool. I didn't realize you couldn't see them like at all.
If the lights are pointed up at all, I can't see anything.
Oh my gosh. Griffin from London, England says, have you ever had a song where you were planning on releasing it but you decided not to? If so, why didn't you? What was it called? So there are actually a lot of songs like this. We've been writing music together since about 2015. And so if you go and look at our Spotify, there's nothing there that's earlier than like 2020. So a lot of that was just kind of building our chops, getting good at songwriting, getting comfortable with arranging songs and stuff like that. But the reason that any song that we've written won't get released is because we feel like it's not up to our standard. Like we feel like we're doing single releases, so we really want to go over them and make sure that the songs are like really solid before we release them. And so it's one of those things also where some of those older songs we've gone back and we've like reworked them, or we've taken parts that we like and things like that, and just like reworked it into a song that is up to our standard. But we want stuff that's like really catchy, hooky, like full of energy, and just in our sound and polished. Like it sounds like we have put some thought and effort into writing it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the main reason. Some of the titles that I used to like was like Hearts on My Eyes. I thought was really solid. Like as far as like a name goes, I still hope that one gets released. I want to work with that one still. And then like I guess Space was like one of our earlier ones, like the earliest one.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's been all of your guys' questions. Thank you so much for asking. Anybody who submitted questions, even if we didn't have time to get to it, we really appreciate it. If you want to know more about us, you can check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, pretty much anything. Just look up @Band of Silver. You can check us out there. You can stream our music pretty much anywhere that streams music. Again, @Band of Silver. And thank you so much to On Air Romeo and iHeartRadio for having us. This has been a lot of fun. And yeah, we've been Band of Silver. Bye.